Hello and welcome to Doni Jones Live. Welcome to our show where we have a real conversation about what it takes to build a beautiful life. Today on our show, we've got an amazing gentleman that I have the opportunity and the pleasure of calling my brother. You know how it is, sometimes you meet people and you just click and it's like y'all have known each other so long, sometimes longer than you've actually been alive, that you really are like brother and sister. And the gentleman that I'm talking about, I met at a time in my life where I was in transition, meaning I was going from one career to another. I had just started, and he had actually just started his business, and we've both seen each other grow and succeed, have kids, get married, you know, not married, I mean, all kinds of stuff. And he's somebody that's been by my side and been a ride or die since day one. So I would like for you guys to get to meet him because he's a true inspiration. He's somebody out there grinding every day, literally grinding every day to make it happen in his life. And once again, I have a pleasure of calling him brother, and I hope that you guys will be just inspired by him as I am. And I'm talking about Byron Comer. You guys?
Hi, nice meeting everyone.
Yes.
And like she said, I met her in 99.
Yeah, it was 99. No, actually, you know what? I thought it was 99. But I believe I started my company in 2000. Yeah. So it had to have been 2000.
2000.
Yeah.
Okay, so I met her at a check cashing place.
Yep, that's right.
And
that tells you about where we were at that point in our life.
I was transitioning over from another career to stump grinding.
Yeah.
And had a small stump grinder. And what I did, I met her, and she already had a guy grinding her stumps. So she used me. Yep. And I was just starting out. You were like my second customer. First customer was a homeowner. You was the first tree service I ever did a stump for.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you were the first.
Okay.
So
well, you know they say, you know, first is your best.
And you're right. So I followed. She had I think a couple of guys didn't come to work.
Yeah.
And you said, hey, can you help me pull a brush? And I said, well, you know what? That'll be good because I'll be pulling a brush, getting paid for pulling brush. Yeah. And at the same time, I'll be doing a stump, so I'll be getting paid twice. And I did that. I followed her truck with my stump grinder, pulled brush, and grinded stumps for her.
And that was like, what, 18 years ago?
Yep.
Yeah. Now you just mentioned that you were in another business before you started your stump grinding business. What else did you use to do?
I did home improvement, lawn maintenance.
So what made you decide that stump grinding
was
away?
My uncle, General Lee, rest in peace. He passed away a couple of months ago. Yeah. And he had a stump grinder on his truck, and I said, "What is that?" He said, "It's a stump grinder." I said, "Oh, interesting." He said, "You ought to ride out with me." He says, "It's good money in it, and it's something I think you'll like." Yeah. And when I went one time, I was hooked.
You was like, "This is what I'm supposed to be doing."
This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
And the reason why I want you guys to hear his story, because a lot of times we hear about the actors, singers, dancers, playwrights, directors, you know, multi-bazillionaire business moguls that started, you know, computer companies or airlines. But there are people in your everyday life that are building a successful life. That doesn't mean that they're already there yet, but they're building a successful life. And I really wanted this show to be a place to showcase those people that are along maybe a similar journey that you might be on. So and for those of you that don't understand exactly what he means by stump grinding, basically, for example, I own a tree care company. So if you have a tree problem, you call me, I cut down the tree, clean up the debris and everything. And under a lot of circumstances, I would own my own stump grinder, which in the past I have. But what I found for me and my business model, it was just easier to sub it out to him or to somebody else. So basically, that little piece of wood that's in the ground, he basically grinds that out. That's what he does.
That's what I do.
That's how this man makes his living, grinding out a piece of wood, and he has been able to feed his family. That's right. And build a life doing something that he loves doing. That's so, right. You know, now what were some of the key things that you had to do to start your company?
Well, first I did my research. Then,
did you really do research, man?
Yeah, I really did.
Oh, okay.
I really did. Now,
because I didn't start off.
I did research on. I wanted to know if I invest money in the stump grinder, well, will it feed my family?
Oh, okay, I got
so
you.
I wanted to know.
Right.
And then in Georgia is the best.
Oh my God.
To have a tree service or a stump. Trees are everywhere. I mean, they've been before me. They're gonna be here with me and after me.
That's right. That's as long as we take care of our environment. So go ahead.
I looked at that, and then I went and looked at a stump grinder and didn't even know how to use it. It took me to grind a stump now. It takes the average anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the size.
Yeah.
A 15 to 20 minute stump at that time took me like 45 minutes to an hour. Because I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah. Until I ran into her brother.
Yep. That's right.
He taught me how to do it.
That's right.
Her brother actually taught me how to grind stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually need to give a shout out to my brother because I worked with him in St. Louis, Missouri, and then I came down here and started my own tree service. But a lot of the success that I've had, I have to attribute to my brother's drive. You know, my brother was the first person that gave me my first success book. Because, you know, I'm always reading stuff, trying to be positive. But I think I was like maybe 18 and he was like 16. And I think he gave me... it was oh gosh, what was the name of that book? It was basically about these little nuggets, you know, the gold nuggets of success. And this guy had written out all these little ideas. And my 16-year-old brother actually was the one that gave me that book. So shout out to you. And he's also been an inspiration to you. So
big time.
Yeah. What were some of the challenges that you had starting your business, or how did you go about, how did you go about getting your customers? Because we can all talk about the challenges, but a lot of people, they've got an idea for a business, but their biggest thing is, how do I get customers?
Well, how I got my customers was a lot of time word of mouth. And every tree service I saw, every landscape, anybody with a pickup truck with tools on it, I gave them a card.
Yeah.
And then when I wasn't working, I got flyers and just canvassed neighborhoods.
That's important to know that you got out there and you hustled. And I say that because there's so many people that want to be laptop warriors to become successful. You know, and don't get me wrong, like we're doing social media, we're doing YouTube, we're trying to put shows out and stuff like that, but nothing compensates for hard work and getting in front of people, you know, because think about it, if you've got good SEO, search engine optimization, and you know, you can blast your name out there, you're going to get some hits, but you still have to physically do the work. And I would still say most of our customer base is still word of mouth. What about you? Yeah,
same with me. If I've done this, if I cut my phone off, and this happened not because I just cut it off. What I mean about cut off is
you said AT&T cut it off. No, I'm just kidding.
Not like that. I stopped for 5 years.
Okay. Yeah.
And when I went back, it's like I never stopped. So I was just saying, if I cut my phone off for 5 years, when I cut it back on, it'll be a stump call.
Yeah, that's true.
So
what do you attribute that to?
Great. People love me. They love my attitude. They love my spirit. And I do great work.
You do. Yeah. You definitely do great work. You do.
So
now, I told you when we came on the show, there's some things that we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Because you do great work, and I do great work. But you know, for me, one of the things that I had to work on was my timeliness. You know,
I knew you were getting that.
Has that been an issue?
Yeah, big issue. That's my major issue. That's my major issue. I was 20 minutes late, 25 minutes late here. So I got to work on it. But guess what? I know that's an issue for me. So I mean, I'm gonna work on it starting right here when we leave it. When I leave the show.
I didn't mean to start today.
Yeah, but it is. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I had a customer one time, and I didn't learn from this, but I understand what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Because one time I was waiting on somebody to come do some work at the house, and I had something to do.
Yeah.
And he had me waiting, and he had me waiting.
Yeah.
And he never answered his phone, and he never called.
Yeah.
And when he got there, he just went to working like it was nothing.
Right.
Did awesome work.
Right.
But guess what? I had somewhere to go. I said, man, why you didn't call?
Yeah.
Oh,
wait a minute, what did you ask him again?
Why didn't you call?
No.
Oh, it's traffic.
I'm messing with you, dude.
I know. Oh, it's traffic, this and that. I said, you called, I could have handled what I had to do.
Right.
I understand that.
Yeah.
This lady, I got to her house at 9. She wanted me there at 9 o'clock. I got there at 9:05. She said, you didn't call. They tell me you were late. I said, well, you know, I'm here just now.
Right.
She said, I want you to do it now.
And you know what?
I said, you don't want me to do it now?
Yeah.
No, I don't want you to do it now because you don't have any consideration of my time.
Life lesson.
One of the gifts I have is the gift to talk to people and get them back. And I got her back.
You do.
But guess what she did? I got her back, but guess what? She didn't let me do the job that day.
Okay.
She told me, I'm going to let you do it, but I got something to do.
Okay. And
even though it's just 5 minutes, but you got to be considerate of other people's time. So she called me back, and I was there at 2 days later, she wanted me to be there at 9. And I got, for me, if I get there at 9, that's late.
Well, you know,
I need to be there at 8:50.
On time is late.
Yeah,
I've heard people say that. On time is late.
So, and then sometimes, and I think I have to trick myself with time. Now, because I thought I was doing good about getting over here today. But traffic.
That's true. You got to account for stuff like that.
I should at least counted at least 30 to 45 minutes for traffic.
Well, let's talk about some of the nitty gritty that you and I talk about on a daily basis. Like you said, you did get out of it for 5 years. What made you get to the point where something you love so much, which is stump grinding, building your business? By the way, tell people your name again and tell them the name of your company, how to get in contact.
Timberland Stump Removal. Email address is tymsr1@yahoo. My phone number is 404-492-0813. If you have any stumps that need removing, give me a call. I'm the man for the job.
But if you need trees, y'all need to be calling me. I'm just saying.
Her. She's the woman.
I take care of the trees, okay? Yeah. And this is my brother, so he'll take care of the stumps. We tag team.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Absolutely. Well, I want to get back into the nitty gritty, but we're gonna go ahead and take a break real quick, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about the ups and downs that both of us have been through and how we transcended that to be where we are today.
Cool. All right.
Unlimited is a special needs ministry of Mount Perrin Church. Unlimited is a place where kids, teenagers, and adults can belong to a group, to a church, to Jesus Christ. Unlimited is a place where people with disabilities are part of a community where their God-given gifts are valued and respected. Gifts that make other people feel welcome, talent to worship, ability to serve others. Unlimited is a place where we recognize the importance that people with disabilities play in completing the body of Christ, in completing the whole church. It's a place where we are interwoven into one complete body.
Hey lady, I'm here to take down your tree.
Don't just hire anybody, you just never know what you might be getting. Don's Tree Service offers quality service and reasonable prices. Call 770-413-TREE and have our professionals come and give you a free quote. After you choose a service, our crew will come out and work safe and efficiently. Our goal is to leave you with a smile on your face and no debris in your yard.
Not just trees, we aim to please. 770-413-TREE.
Welcome back to our show. Once again, we're talking to Byron Comer, my brother from Timberland Stumps, and we were actually getting ready to get into the nitty gritty of why he got out of the industry 5 years ago and some of the things that he and I have both went through as business owners and how we've transcended that to keep going. So why did you get out of the business? Because everybody loved you.
Yeah, I got out of the business. I hit a rough part of my life. Went through a divorce. Lost a house. Everything was going wrong, and I thought maybe I was burnt out. I didn't love it anymore.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I didn't love it, and I took 5 years off. And when I tell you those 5 years were rough, I got a job, and I remember my first check. It was a $1,000 check. I said, man, I made this in a day.
Repeat that again.
I said, I made this in a day.
Yeah.
I had to wait 2 weeks for this.
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay. I said, man, I stayed on that for 4 years. And
I didn't know that.
For 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay, my fifth year.
Because I thought you.
Okay, my fifth year. I actually took a 4-year hiatus.
Yeah.
My 5th year, I went back, but I was subcontracting under somebody else, using somebody else's grinder.
I remember that, yeah.
But what got me, I went over, I think my aunt, I went to my aunt's house. She was having a dinner, and I heard a stump grinder going. I said, oh my God, I love it. And that's when I knew I loved it.
Yeah.
I said, oh, I miss it, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just tell you this. The money is awesome, but I really love the grinding. I like to go where your yard has stumps in it, and stumps are eyesore. And I love to beautify, I help to beautify your yard. And I love the smell of the stumps. I love the outdoors.
Yeah.
I just love those little challenges.
But you know what? That's what I still tell people about, is what I love about tree service is that, you know, I love the smell of diesel. You know,
right.
Of course I want to take care of our environment, but I guess the sound of trucks, the smell of trucks,
right.
The feel of seeing the guys out there doing what they're doing, you know. And in the summer, when you go to the job site and the guys have all taken their shirt off, just saying, especially my husband.
Now listen to this. I'm glad you said that. Another reason I'm sometimes late to other jobs.
Yeah.
When you have a spirit like you and I, you just can't grind the stump.
Yeah.
Once you grind a stump, especially for the tree service that I know, they want to talk to you for an extra 20 to 30 minutes.
That's true. But we've got, but as people, we have to learn how to stay on task.
Right.
Know?
So that's another thing too. So when they get me, they want to talk.
Yeah.
They want to talk.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hey, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And then another thing too, is the reason why I'm getting 5 stump grinders is because every tree service you work for thinks you work for them only.
That's so true. But you mean you don't only work for them? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think you work for them only.
You're my guy.
My second stump grinder, which I will begin in a couple of months.
Yeah.
Will be dedicated to Don's Tree Service. Like I'm gonna have somebody to always. I won't be getting any calls about, hey, what happened to that stump? Because they'll be on the site with the guys.
Thank you.
So that's gonna eliminate that. Then like I said, that going back to what you said about what got me back, the love of it.
Yeah.
And then of course the money is great.
Yeah, the money is great.
But the love overpowered the money for me.
It really does.
Yeah,
but I want to talk about the money a little bit.
Right.
We have to be transparent. In our industry, we make a ton of money. But I know my issue has been I haven't always managed it well.
Right.
I've made some stupid mistakes.
Right.
When I say mistakes, I'm talking about mistakes to the point where we were losing houses, bankruptcy, trucks repoed, not taking care of my equipment like I should have. And I had to get to a point where I hit a brick wall, and I had to say, listen, I got to do something better. You know, and one of the major things that I did was I made a list of all the bills. And I just called these people, you know, and some of them I could take care of immediately, and some of them I couldn't. I had to let certain properties go and start back over.
Right.
You know, so for me, I hit a brick wall and I said, I've got to make a change. Now I know there's people out there that don't have to hit that brick wall, but I'm hard-headed, you know, and even now, I'm building and growing my business and becoming more organized. One of my major issues wasn't organized and didn't manage money well. What were some things that when you hit a brick wall, you had to do in order to get things straightened out?
Managing money. When you make, with me, when you're making anywhere from, on the low end, $700 to $1,500 to $2,000 a day, and you're not managing it well, and you don't have structure in it, believe it or not, you're going in circles. Yeah. So I had to, I looked at a YouTube, some on YouTube where a guy said, I started off, just say, this is crazy to say just saving. He said, I started off just saving $500 a day, and in 30 days I had $20,000 or something like that. Yeah. I said, man, I made that a day, but I can't, it'll be hard for me to save that. Right. So I just broke it down to a small number, $125 a day.
Save something, that's what we're doing right now.
Every day, every single day, even if I have to dip in it, which I had to dip in it a little bit this week.
We both had to dip in it.
But I got to put it back, and I'm serious about putting it back. Yeah. And this is only my first month. I'm talking like I've been doing it, but it's only been month number 1. Yeah. At the end of the day, it'll be 30 days, and once I put the money back and plus the money this week, I'll be right where I need to be. Now the season has kicked in to where I can save a little. But in another couple of weeks, especially when the weather break, I'll be able to save a little more a week.
But the key thing you want people to understand is they need to start saving money.
Saving money.
Yeah, and, especially as an entrepreneur. Save something every day.
You need to have your savings to the side. And
or every week.
Have your savings to the side, if it ain't number $50 a day.
Yeah.
And then have your money that you work out of in this whole separate account.
Yeah. And build your credit.
And build your credit.
You know, like me, I'm at a point where I will either owner finance or I'll pay for something in large payments over a short period of time and just pay it off, or I'll save up and buy something. But there's still something to be said about if you've messed your credit up, rebuild it. You know, because it affects everything. It can affect the interest rate you get. It can affect the rate that you get in your insurance, everything. So it's not just about, are you trying to go out and buy a new car? It's about little tools that you can use in your business or in your life. And this doesn't have to be just applying to entrepreneurs. This could apply to anybody in life. You know, it gets to a point where, you know, you can't pay tuition, or you can't pay your rent on time, or you can't pay this bill. And it's just like, what am I going to do? Sometimes you just got to stop what you're doing and go in a different direction and try to organize yourself. What are some other things that you do on a daily basis, rebuilding your business and becoming successful?
In the morning before I even leave the house, nothing but positive thoughts. You have to stay positive. Another thing I did, I wrote down everything. I did this before when I first started my business and got off of it. Yeah. I think I got cocky. I wrote down everything I wanted in life. I did that in 2000. From shoestrings and my shoe, whatever it was. I got that from Steve Harvey.
That's true, you like shoes. I forgot you do.
From anything that I wanted in life.
Yeah.
I did this. Everything that I love about life, I put it on that paper. And always remember this. Don't put everything. Because I got everything I wanted and some of that stuff I didn't need. I bought my first house, $300,000 house. I did this in this went from 2000. And when you have that list and you check it off, you'll be surprised. Now just don't write down the stuff and don't look at it. You have to really meditate and believe in it.
You gotta believe. That's one of the biggest things.
Yeah, if you believe.
You can't just write stuff down and don't believe it. Like I've got my list, literally every single thing on my list, I already know it's done. Yeah. Like I believe it. Right. You know, even though it's not done yet in reality, I know it will be done. Like I can feel it in my bones.
Yes, I mean once you have that, and once you have that feel, I can't explain it. Yeah. You're in a zone. Yeah. And once you're in that zone, the universe just changes for you.
It does.
And you can
really
feel
does. It might be a phone call.
Anything.
Speaking of a phone call, sometimes it's just starting. I tell people, because, you know, people go, well, you know, Donnie, yeah, it's easy for you to say you've been here 18 years, and even though you've been through ups and downs, you know, this is what you do. You can do it. It starts with a phone call. It starts with getting a business card. It starts with those small things. If you want to start a business, even if you don't have the finances for it right now, or if you want to change a career, because not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. They might just want to go back to school. But in your mind, you're like, okay, I want to go back to school, but I don't have the money to go back to school. That's okay. Make the phone call. Contact the university. Contact the vocational school. Find out how much it is. Write it down on your goals. Another thing I have is a vision board. You know, I was looking at my vision board about 7 months ago, and I've got to make a new vision board because there's so many empty spaces where I've taken stuff off the vision board because I already accomplished it. You know, but what's funny, and I'm going to be honest, and I got to give a shout out to a gentleman by the name of Judah Swilly. He has a little church. Actually, I don't like the word little because it's a growing church. It's not a little church. It's a growing church. And he did a sermon on having your vision board and creating a vision for your life. Well, 5 months ago, when I started going through some stuff, I took my vision board down because I called myself being depressed about some transitions that I was going through in life. And then 2 months later, when I saw where God put me, I was like, oh, that wasn't a bad thing. You were trying to raise me up, but I thought it was failure.
Right.
It was actually me moving in the direction you needed me to move in. So I went to this sermon, saw this sermon of his, and he talked about your vision board. That day I pulled my vision board back out. I came home and pulled my vision board back out.
And then the list, don't type it in your phone. You need to actually take a pen
and write it down.
And write it down.
Yeah.
And when the universe hits it, and you look at it every day, it's going to happen for you. And like I said, be careful what you ask for, because you're going to get it.
I believe
a lot of stuff I got, I didn't need.
You got to believe that you're going to get it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And be streamlined.
Right.
You know, you dream big, but don't ask for stuff you really don't want. Like, look at your list and go, do I really want this?
Or do I really need this?
Yeah.
You be wanting it.
Well, let me back that up, though, because, you know, I believe when God says he'll give you the desire.
Right.
He'll not only give you what you need, but what you want. And there's some stuff that I want that I don't necessarily need.
It was that's what I'm saying. It was some stuff I wanted and didn't need.
Right, but I like my wants, man. Don't be taking nobody. Scratch that part. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying.
I'm saying depending on your wants.
Yeah.
Because some stuff wasn't. I put everything. When he say put I put everything that I love or like.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff I loved or like I really didn't need.
I ain't gonna lie, I did the same thing.
Yeah,
Once I got certain things, I was like, do I even really want this? And then you see how much money you spent on it, you're like, can I get that money back? You know?
I'm just talking about even with people in your life.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that you had to streamline people out of your life.
Right.
I've definitely had to streamline people out of your life. How do you handle a situation like that? Where
I used to let it bother me. It bothered me at first, but now that I'm getting older, I guess maturity.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But what do you say to people that be thinking, that say, well, you think you all that, you know, you back in the game, you know, you think you
oh my
trying
God,
to take
when
over,
and that's another thing, when they say when you're becoming successful in what you're doing, you're going to have people to talk about you, you're going to have people to ridicule you, you're going to have people looking at you.
Yeah.
You really just can't even pay attention to it. You got to go for your goal, whatever you're trying to go to.
Yeah.
And don't even listen to it.
Yeah.
Because usually 9 times out of 10, people that are doing great, you can look at people blogs and stuff or interviews and listen, look at the comments. One of the people that are doing great for themselves, and they say some terrible stuff about it.
Oh my goodness.
So
that used to blow me away.
Yeah.
You would see somebody.
But they say don't read them, but sometimes you can't help but to read them. But
yeah, but and I apologize. I didn't mean to talk over you, but I've seen people do a video post or a blog or something positive,
right? And
then I'll see all these negative comments under it. I'm like, dude, why don't you go do your own thing?
Right.
Put your own blog up, put your own video up, and see if you can take people criticizing you like that, you know? Yeah. But you know, there was never a monument erected for a critic.
Right.
You know, you're either in the ball game being a player or you're being a spectator. And I'd rather be a player all day long.
Right.
You know, is there anything else you want our audience to know about you? I know we've got to start wrapping things up because you got jobs to go take a look at.
Right.
I got customers to go see. Anything else you want people to know about you, Byron?
Other than I'm a great guy. Other than that,
you ain't got no ego issues, do you?
I'm a great guy. I do excellent work, and I mean I'm approachable. You can talk to me about anything.
And how do people get in contact with you?
My number is 404-492-0813, or you can email. You can email me at tymsr1@yahoo.
And we're gonna work on that email. I'm just gonna leave that alone. We're gonna put that
off. It's Timberland Stunt Remover 1.
Okay.
Number 1.
TYMSR number. You have Gmail, man. Come on, man. From your website?
I have.
I'm messing with you.
No, I do have Gmail.
Okay. You ain't gotta do that.
Yeah, Timberland Stump.
Okay.
At Gmail.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Timberland Stump. Because you want to brand yourself. You want people to say
TymberlandTymberland.
Exactly.
At Gmail.
Thank you for being on the show.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. I love you.
I love you too.
You know, and it's funny because we are brother and sister in the spirit, but I can't tell you how many people I go to a job site, they were like, yeah, I met your brother, y'all look alike.
Guess what they say? When I pull up, let me just say this and we're done. I pull up at a job more than ever. Like, if I pull up to 20, 15 people say this. Oh, your sister, y'all look alike too.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll say to myself, that ain't even my sister.
That ain't my Well, you know what? After you've been around somebody so long, I guess
you look
start looking the same. So. Thank you once again, Byron. Thank you guys for checking out our show. If you guys know of anybody else in the community that's doing great things, that's got a good head on their shoulders, that are striving for success, or maybe have a story where they've overcome, let us know about it. My name is Doni. The way you can reach me is 770-413-TREE. That's 770-413-TREE. Or you can email me at donstree, DONSTREE at gmail. That's DONSTREE at gmail.com. And you can also hit me up online at my blog or on Facebook. And my blog is Doni Online, DONI online.com. So thank you guys. And I just want to plant one seed real quick. Dream big. Dream outside the box. In fact, I meant to mention this earlier. We are doing a program with Dolls to Divas, and we're going to be doing a pink affair on June 9th, and I will hit you up on Facebook and get you the dates and everything. But our motto is dream outside the box, and don't ever give up on your dreams. I don't care if they seem so far away that they can never be accomplished. You put your dream in your heart and you put it in God's hands, and you would be surprised what you can accomplish. Once again, thanks for joining us, and have an amazing week. Bye-bye.